Alright, this may be a bit of a different setup, but hey there guys, DRAGNOA.SHADOW here, and welcome back to a brand new Vanguard discussion video. Recently we got the announcement of the new clan collection, and yeah, so today I'm going to be discussing my thoughts on what I'm thinking we're going to be getting over the next two sets of clan collections. A lot of reverse units, and honestly, I am really freaking hyped for Raging Fall Dragon reverse. Oh my god, that guy is such a beast. But we're gonna go in order as from United Sanctuary all the way through like all the other nations, the most amount of clans to the smallest amount of clans, and I'm gonna try to cap it off with Link Joker at the very end. One other disclaimer is that I realize you guys can see that there's like Chrono Jet and whatnot, but unless your name is Gear Chronicle, I am not going to be mentioning any G-Series units throughout this. I'm going to be strictly trying to go off of the original releases, unless it had a cross ride or something that got a new form later on in G or in a future series. But we're going to dive right in. I'm going to start with Royal Paladin since, you know. But anyway, I'm going to start off with Royal Paladin. Salome, since we are already aware of her from the box art from the recent reveal, I'm gonna just say, if they don't give us Ashley reverse, I think people are gonna freaking riot. There's no getting around that. Ashley reverse is probably one of the more iconic reverse units, so really no excuse why they won't do it. Raging Form Dragon, we already got confirmed for the Raging Fall Dragon. That being said, though, they have two options I can see them doing. But more importantly, I think they're going to go Drag Ruler. And assuming they give us BDR, there's a chance for BDRA and BDA to show up at some point. Probably won't be in these first two collab sets, but probably 2023's clan collections. Probably going to be more Legion focused to finish up and round off all the Legion support. Assuming that they keep supporting the format, but honestly, I definitely expect Drag Ruler to come into play. Next up, Gold Paladin. Since we got Glendios Scissors, and since we're following a similar trend with Revengers, I think Monarch Alfred can come out, but it depends on whether or not they give us Blaster Blade Liberator. But if not, maybe Garmor. I'm not 100% sure on that. Himiko, we already got confirmed, and last time I checked, they haven't done Minerva, considering how popular she is within not just Genesis, but also just every single like clan in general. Like, they made a freaking figurine of this chick. Like, come on, give her a V-Series retrain finally, my guy. Up next, we've got Ramiel. We already know Ramiel reverse is coming, but it's kind of hard to debate where exactly they're gonna go. They could give us Chance Seal. They could give us Metatron because they gave her a cross ride. Or not a cross ride, but like a different form in G. Maybe another reverse is Arakiel this time. We won't well know, but I'm definitely expecting my number one pick probably to be Ramiel reverse. Up next, we're going to move away in... Oh shoot, I forgot Oracle Think Tank. Completely forgot Oracle Think Tank. Whoops. I guess I'll just say... It's probably gonna be either... Shoot, like... I'm expecting either Amaterasu or maybe a Magus reverse. Some sort of Magus reverse. I'm not 100% sure. They did have... Or hell, they could even go Battle Sister with Battle Sister, like, Fromage reverse or something. I mean, that's more likely the obvious option for that. I could very well easily see them doing that. And then maybe introducing like a Sam Shield or another Metatron into the mix. Alright, now that we took care of United Sanctuary, let's move on to Dragon Empire. I'm going to start with Kagero. Since we got Dauntless Drive, it's very safe to assume that they're going to give us Dauntless Dominant Reverse in the first set, and perhaps we get the Rebirth in the second. Especially, like, why would you waste the artwork on this card too? Like, come on. They gotta give us this. They really just give us it. Give us over with a Rebirth retrain, please. Please. Yaki Vogue. Yakivogue reverse I would want for Murakumo. Mostly because we already have Yakivogue in me. Just give us Yakivogue reverse, it'll be fine. And then for the second pick, I would say the Break Ride, if nothing else, because there isn't too much else they could do without diving it into Legion or G territory. Up next for Murakumo. Alternatively, they could go and do Shirayuki, because they did give us Shirayuki support a while back, but it's really debatable. Eradicators for Narukami. I do expect them to give us Vowing Saber Dragon reverse. There's already assets of it, so there's no excuse why they won't. And then afterward, they're probably going to give us Tempest Bolt, if I had to guess. Next up, we're going to go to Nubatama. I'm suspecting a Kurikiji Kongo or a Kabikugi Kongo or whatever. I am sorry if I'm butchering the names, but one of these two is getting reversed. That's all I'm going to say. Spinal Driver, they need to give us Spinal Driver reverse, and then immediately afterward, give us Tyranno Legend. Like, I know people who love Tachis, and they have been waiting for this card to get a V-Series retrain, so please. Amon recently got announced, so I'm suspecting they're going to give us Amon reverse for the first wave, and then maybe to throw us off a bit, Amon's leader, Astrov, for the second pick. Again, that's kind of up for debate. Up next, we got Lukier for Pale Moon. They have given us a crap ton of Silverthorn support over the last couple of years, so honestly, it was no surprise that we finally got Lukier reverse. I'm actually really excited to see how it plays, because Neko's secondary clan is Pale Moon, so I am happy for her that she's getting more Silverthorn support, and maybe she'll finally understand why we love Silverthorn so much. But for the second pick, I think they're going to give us more Nightmare Dolls. I think either Catherine or a different Nightmare Doll, they have to, because Nightmare Dolls are so popular right now in Premium, and even V Premium now, with Chelsea being recently released. Like, that's a dead giveaway. Up next, Spike Brothers. Spike Brothers. I'm saying either Bad End Dragon reverse or Dudley, some sort of Dudley reverse. They gave us two. I think they gave us two Dudleys back to back, so I think it's not too hard to assume that we're gonna get it. That's just my opinion. Up next, we have for Gear Chronicle, and this is one of the clans that I'm going to say, much like Gold Paladin, probably won't get a reverse unit. Mostly because Gears did not exist back during the reverse mechanic. But if they're... So I'm going to say, while it would be nice to see a new Chrono Jet or Chrono Fang reversed, I'm more leaning towards either a grade 3 or a new grade 4 to coexist it. Honestly, that's the only way I could see it. It's just, I don't see them giving us Chrono Fang or Chrono Jet a new form for reverse. I don't see them doing that. But I definitely see maybe Lost Legend reverse, but if anything else, probably a new grade 4. Okay, so I'm back. And now we're going to move away from that. Going to go to Melanica. Maelstrom, we've been waiting for this for a while. Karma Dragon Maelstrom reverse. Honestly, it looks even better in its new artwork. Like, god damn. Like, they did a fantastic job with that. But after Maelstrom reverse, they need to give us Transcore. I think it's about time, considering that there have been a plethora of break rides already retrained in V. Give us Transcore, because I don't see them doing the other Aqua Force break ride, because this one's just more iconic. Next up, Grand Blue. Conchitus. They have Conchitus reverse, so they're gonna do it. And then this is where I had a hard time, because I was under the assumption they didn't do Night Mist, but I completely forgot they did the treasure mechanic with him, which is why he's probably so forgettable in V. So this one's kind of tough. Maybe they give Night Mist a reverse, or maybe even Basker just to be that guy. But honestly, that one was a little more tough to like discuss in detail. But definitely, I suspect there to be definitely Conchitus reverse. That's without question. Up next, Bermuda. This one was rough too. And that was simply due to the fact that Bermuda has so many cards and so many archetypes they can go and delve into. So I'm thinking it's going to be one of three things. Either a new Pacifica, which is reversed. They're going to give us Labrador and then give us a Labrador reverse. Or the more likely, duos. Because I think there's only like one or two duo cards in Bermuda for V. I could be wrong on that. I took a quick glance, and I think there's maybe one or two. I know Mir has a unique form, but she's not named Duo. So I'm leaning more toward Labrador and Labrador reverse. But I wouldn't be against seeing duos either, because I remember playing against them, and they were an absolute beast back then. Up next, we've got Great Nature. You know, this one's self-explanatory. Leopold reverse. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But outside of that, they need to give you guys Polaris. Because, Jesus Christ, like, I'm amazed they haven't done it yet. And I get why, but seriously, give us that or the grade 4 that was eventually banned. I think his name was Sylvest. I think that was the first grade 4 ever released in Vanguard, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But honestly, I would love to see Sylvest if they haven't already retrained him. I think they may have, but I'm not 100% sure. Up next, Mega Connie. This one is even harder to predict because they could go with the Break Ride. They could go with a Spark Hercules, considering that they have a different a PR of a Spark Hercules. So I'm suspecting one of these two, and not Giraffe like everyone else has been saying. If they do a reverse Giraffe just because of the V-Series retrain, oh my god, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about that. I want to assume it's going to be one of these two that gets reversed, though. Definitely. Especially since Machining is an archetype, and a lot of the archetypes, like Revengers, Liberators, Eradicators, you know, they all eventually, like, they have, you know, some ties to it. And I think that would fit it a lot better. Up next, Neonectar. I think I was really surprised they didn't give us Maidens and Venus Trap and then give us reverse on the second set. But I'll gladly take Cecilia as the reverse unit. I mean, she's kind of got the things going on with her eyes and stuff, so it kind of makes sense. But alternatively, if let's say they won't do Maiden of Venus Trap, they could reverse Stampione and support that version of Maiden of. I could see them doing that. Up next, we've got Nova Grappler. Nova Grappler, I mean, need I say more with this? Like, give us Ectus Buster reverse, and then give us Extreme immediately afterward. But if you don't want to give us Extreme, then give us the other Shurikaiser that was busted in Zero for a short amount of time. But definitely, I would rather see these two come than this. Up next, Dementia Police. We have reversed Ayusha, but we do have a tech slot. They can give us True Daikaiser. They could give us a reverse Dieliner as well. That was another decent tech. But I don't think they're going to support Enigmans anytime soon. As much as I know there are some people out there that would want Enigmans, I don't see that happening. They haven't really supported it that much yet, if at all, if I remember correctly. So I don't think they will anytime soon. And then finally, this is the big one. Glendios. Fucking Glendios. When this set first arrived, I went ahead and purchased some of the support. Not all of it. But I went after a lot of that support because I guarantee you, if they give us Glendios, or it's not even a matter of if at this point, considering they have reverse units, it's a matter of when. They have to make this so incredibly broken for it to be actually viable. And this is my theory on it too. And I'm curious to see if other Vanguard YouTubers are thinking the same thing as I am. Where, let's say, this is hypothetical. If they give us Omega Glendios for the second wave of support and not the first wave, then I'm suspecting either Nebula Lord Dragon or Reverse Cradle. Because yes, Link Joker did have their own reverse unit. And I think that they could incorporate it in a way similarly to Halcyon if they're going to retrain Cradle. But let's say they give us Glendios immediately out the gate, right? We could still have those previous options, or we get Dante Toledo Roxas, which is something I'd rather see in my honest opinion. I think they would save this for the 2023 stuff, personally. But honestly, like this is a dead giveaway. You wouldn't give us reverse units if you weren't going to be giving us Glendios, a retrained Glendios. I mean, even just outside of this stuff, Glendios has 2 strides, a crap ton of support that's been released over the last several years. Like, I will be amazed if they do not give us Glendios, but decide to give us all the reverse units. Because this is basically a thematic booster, and if Glendios does not come, I think a lot of people are going to riot. I mean, the prices for a lot of the cards have been skyrocketing. And they've been skyrocketing pretty much ever since Chaos Breaker first got announced in Beat. But I think this, like, just from the reverse announcement alone, they're going to give us more. I think they're going to give us Glendios. And if not Glendios right away, they're going to give us either Nebula Lord or Reverse Cradle. But you guys let me know in the comments section, because I do tend to read the comments quite a bit. But I think that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys found this interesting. If you did, let me know in the comments. And let me know your predictions too, because I've been really just like on this hype train ever since the announcements recently. Like, oh my god, and I know I'm not the only one about this, so let me know in the comment section what you think. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.